Our brains are intricate networks buzzing with activity. Billions of nerve cells, called neurons, constantly talk to each other. But these neurons don't actually touch. Tiny gaps, called synapses, separate them. Imagine a bustling city with countless islands. Synapses are like the bridges that connect these islands, allowing information to flow. These minuscule gaps play a colossal role in our brain function. They are the points where electrical signals are converted into chemical messages. These messages then trigger responses in other neurons, muscles, or glands. Without synapses, our brains would be like silent cities, unable to communicate or function. Synapses are the fundamental units of communication in the nervous system. They are the tiny gaps where neurons connect and transmit signals to each other, allowing for the complex processes that underlie our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Think of the nervous system as a vast and intricate highway system with countless routes and pathways that information can travel along. The neurons are the roads carrying information in the form of electrical signals. These signals are essential for everything from basic reflexes to complex cognitive functions. Synapses are the intersections, directing traffic and ensuring a smooth flow of information. They play a critical role in determining how signals are routed and processed. Every thought, every feeling, every action we take relies on the successful transmission of signals across these synaptic junctions. Without them, our brains would be unable to function properly. When we learn something new synapses are formed, strengthening the connections in our brains. This process is known as synaptic plasticity and is fundamental to our ability to adapt and grow. Conversely, when we don't use certain connections, the synapses weaken and the connections can be lost. This is why it's important to keep our minds active and engaged. This is why practice and repetition are crucial for learning and memory. By repeatedly activating certain pathways, we can strengthen the synapses and improve our cognitive abilities over time. Synaptic transmission is a remarkable process involving both electrical and chemical signals. This intricate dance ensures that our brain can process information, respond to stimuli, and maintain homeostasis. It begins with an electrical impulse called an action potential traveling down a neuron. This electrical signal is crucial for the rapid transmission of information across long distances within the nervous system. When this impulse reaches the synapse, it triggers the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters are stored in tiny vesicles and are released into the synaptic cleft. These neurotransmitters cross the synaptic gap and bind to receptors on the receiving neuron. This binding process is highly specific, ensuring that the correct message is passed along. This binding can either excite the receiving neuron, making it more likely to fire its own action potential, or inhibit it, making it less likely to fire. This balance of excitation and inhibition is essential for proper brain function. Once the message is relayed, the neurotransmitters are either broken down by enzymes or reabsorbed by the sending neuron in a process called reuptake. This ensures that the synapse is ready for the next signal, maintaining the efficiency of neural communication. Section 4. Understanding neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers. Neurotransmitters are the brain's chemical couriers, carrying messages from one neuron to another. There are many different types of neurotransmitters, each with its own specific role. Some, like glutamate, are primarily excitatory, increasing the likelihood of an action potential in the receiving neuron. Others, like GABA, are primarily inhibitory, decreasing the likelihood of an action potential. Still others, like dopamine and serotonin, have more complex roles, influencing mood, motivation, sleep, and a wide range of other functions. Section 5. Synapses, the tiny architects of our thoughts and actions. Synapses are much more than just tiny gaps between neurons. They are the crucial junctions where neurons communicate with each other, transmitting signals that dictate every thought, action, and emotion we experience. They are dynamic structures, constantly changing in response to our experiences. This dynamic nature allows our brains to be incredibly adaptable and resilient. This ability to change and adapt, known as synaptic plasticity, is crucial for learning, memory, and even recovery from brain injury. Synaptic plasticity enables the brain to rewire itself, forming new connections and strengthening existing ones. Every time we learn something new, form a new memory, or experience something meaningful, our brains change at the synaptic level. These changes are the foundation of our cognitive abilities and emotional experiences. These tiny connections are the building blocks of our thoughts, our emotions, and our very selves. They form the intricate network that makes us who we are. Understanding how synapses work is therefore essential for unlocking the mysteries of the human brain and developing new treatments for neurological disorders. By studying these tiny architects, we can gain insights into the complexities of brain function and find ways to enhance mental health and cognitive performance.